On a quiet summer night in Romania, a successful lawyer vanished without a trace. No body, no witnesses, no confession. And yet, years later, her husband would be convicted of her murder. This is the story of Elodia Ghinescu, the woman at the center of one of the most shocking and controversial criminal cases in Romanian history. Elodia Ghinescu was a respected attorney living in the city of Brașov. She was married to Cristian Cioaca, a police officer working in criminal investigations. Together they had a young son and appeared to be living an ordinary family life. But behind closed doors, their marriage was reportedly deteriorating. Friends and acquaintances later spoke of arguments, tension, and a relationship that had become increasingly unstable. On August 30th, 2007, Elodia suddenly disappeared. Her family and friends quickly became concerned when she stopped answering calls and failed to contact anyone. Days passed without any sign of her, then weeks, then months. As investigators began examining the case, suspicion quickly turned toward her husband. According to prosecutors, forensic evidence found inside the family apartment suggested that a violent incident had taken place. Traces of blood were reportedly discovered, and investigators believed efforts had been made to clean parts of the apartment. The prosecution developed a theory that Elodia had been killed during a domestic dispute, and that her body had later been removed and hidden. But there was one enormous problem. No body was ever found. Despite extensive searches and years of investigation, Elodia's remains have never been discovered. The disappearance soon became a media sensation, unlike anything Romania had seen before. Television stations covered the case relentlessly. Talk shows discussed every rumor and theory. Newspapers published endless headlines. Psychics claimed to know where Elodia was buried. Witnesses came forward with conflicting stories. The case became a national obsession. As public interest grew, so did the controversy. Some people believed Cristian Cioaca was clearly responsible for his wife's disappearance. Others argued that the media had already judged him guilty before the courts had reached a verdict. Investigators continued building their case, relying on forensic findings, witness statements, and what they described as inconsistencies in Cioaca's version of events. The defense maintained that there was no direct evidence proving a murder had occurred. There was no body, no murder weapon, no eyewitness, no confession. Yet prosecutors argued that all available evidence pointed to only one conclusion: Elodia Ghinescu was dead, and her husband was responsible. After years of investigations, court hearings, and appeals, a verdict was finally reached. In 2014, Cristian Cioaca was convicted of murdering Elodia Ghinescu and sentenced to prison. The decision divided public opinion. For some, it was long-awaited justice. For others, it raised difficult questions about convicting someone of murder when the victim's body had never been found. Even today, the mystery remains incomplete. No one knows exactly what happened during Elodia's final hours. No one has ever discovered where her body may be. And despite the conviction, debates continue about the evidence, the investigation, and the unanswered questions that still surround the case. Nearly 2 decades after her disappearance, Elodia Ghinescu remains one of Romania's most haunting mysteries. A woman who vanished without a trace, a husband convicted of murder, and a case that continues to divide opinion long after the courts delivered their final judgment.